The stage is set for another Eastern Conference clash tonight in Birmingham. On one side, Legion FC try to make it 3 straight unbeaten, taking on a Miami club keen on closing out a 2-win road trip. It's time for another Wednesday night in the USL Championship. Hello from Birmingham, Alabama and Protective Stadium. Our site for tonight's game presented by the Greater Birmingham Convention and Visitors Bureau, featuring Birmingham Legion FC taking on Miami FC. Welcome into our broadcast booth, everybody, alongside the coach, Mike Getman. I'm Blake Gardner. Glad to have you along tonight. And Mike, tonight's matchup features 2 teams, each of whom seem to be finding their stride as of late.
Yeah, both teams are really in similar form. Right now, Birmingham Legion are sitting in 8th place out of the playoff picture, but with a win tonight, they can vault all the way into 4th in front of Miami FC and put themselves in that playoff race.
So yeah, so an early big game tonight between Miami and Birmingham, the Eastern Conference rivals. And as we look at our impact players tonight, let's start with the visitors from South Florida and one of the best goal scorers in the USL from a season ago. That's Kyle Murphy.
Yeah, Kyle Murphy is big, he's strong, he's fast, and he scores goals.
21 of them a season ago, and of course Birmingham fans remember the 2 that he scored against Legion FC as a member of Memphis back in 2021. Meanwhile, on the other side of things, for the home side, Prosper Kasim, well, he was tremendous last week against Charleston.
2 fantastic goals last week. Prosper Kasim is the quiet assassin. Every season he comes up with big goals at big moments.
Those 2 goals against Charleston net him the Player of the Week honors across the USL Championship from last week. He's trying to keep that tremendous run of form into this contest tonight. Well, we're closing in on kickoff here in Birmingham, Alabama. 2 clubs from cities each calling themselves the Magic City. But which team has more tricks up their sleeve tonight? It's Birmingham Legion against Miami FC. Starting lineups and kickoff come your way next.
I need to try it first.
Our job is to keep your lights on. That's what you expect and deserve from Alabama Power. Our team works hard to prevent outages, but when they happen, we're on it. And we have some new tools to keep you informed. Visit Alabama Power's new outage map to see local outages and get repair time updates. Sign up to get personalized outage alerts by text or email for free. While we're out there getting your lights back on, we want you to have the latest information. That's our job, and we're grateful you trust us to serve you.
Breaking in, Kasim! The first goal in Birmingham history is a beauty! Johnson in on goal, it's Daniel Johnson!
Welcome back to our coverage of the USL Championship live from Birmingham, Alabama. Just about ready for kickoff tonight between Miami FC and Birmingham Legion. But first, let's get a look at each side's starting 11s tonight. Mike, let's start with Anthony Pulis' club. The visitors come out in a 4-2-3-1 with really just the one change with Lamar Walker.
Not a lot of change from last game for them. Maybe even more importantly, 2 former Legion players on the field playing against their old teammates. Femu and Akinyode both should have pretty good games tonight.
Yeah, and I'm sure both excited to be back here in Birmingham for this matchup against the Legion. Speaking of Birmingham Legion, head coach Tom Sohn puts out almost the same lineup that he had last week against Charleston with just the one change at the back.
Yeah, again, just one change with Alex Cronali coming back into the lineup. This team has won 2 games in a row. Why change anything?
USL Championship assignment this year. He got 11 USL assignments a season ago, and I think he's also the head referee for North Carolina Courage and Portland Thorns later this weekend. But he's got Birmingham and Miami here at Protective Stadium tonight. Anthony Pulis, the head coach for Miami FC in his first season as the manager, hired back in November to take over this Miami club and take them deeper into the postseason here in 2022. Meanwhile, on the other side of things, head coach Tom Sohn, now in his 4th season at the helm of Birmingham Legion. 3 playoff appearances and as many seasons so far for Coach Sohn, trying to make it 4 for 4 here in this 2022 campaign. We're just about ready to go here from Protective Stadium. 81 degrees in Birmingham, Alabama. Enzo Martinez ready to get things started. Birmingham Legion in black, Miami in blue. And we are underway from Protective Stadium with the first minute of today's game presented by Fleetio. Anderson Asidu, Alex Kernali, Johnny Dean all getting an early touch for the home side as Birmingham plays once again here at home for the 2nd consecutive Wednesday night. Coming off a 2-1 win against Charleston Battery here in this building exactly a week ago. While Miami trying to make it 2 wins in this road trip. Already a solid start to the trip. On the road at Memphis, taking all 3 points away from 901. Trying to do likewise on the road here against Birmingham. Mikey Lopez back in defensive midfield once again for the Legion in this one.
Match against Memphis, we saw Miami FC press high right from the opening whistle, really worked incredibly hard. This is a little bit bigger field, perhaps a little more technical team they're playing against. So far they've not put on quite the same amount of pressure.
Yeah, Miami set the tempo early against Memphis. A couple of goals inside the first 13 minutes. That's all they really needed after that. Trusted their defense the rest of the way and came away with a 2-1 result. As Miami comes into the night winners of 3 of their last 4. After getting just 1 point from their previous 3 contests, that's a whistle and a foul. Enzo Martinez clattered to ground. And a free kick coming here for Birmingham Legion, brought to you by Birmingham Freightliner.
Enzo Martinez has been pushed a little bit higher than his normal position. He's usually been in the center of midfield, but the last couple games we've seen him up high as a true center forward. Unfortunately for him, that means he's getting kicked by even bigger guys. Big, tall center backs coming from behind. He took a pretty good whack that time.
But he does win Birmingham a free kick in a pretty dangerous spot. Prosper Kassim, Bruno Lapa, the 2 standing over it. Kassim leaves it for Lapa. Kavita got a piece of it. Who got the last piece? It was a black shirt. It was Kavita that got the last piece. A goal kick for Miami. It gives us a chance to look at our injury reports tonight. We'll start with the visitors for Miami first. Once again, without the defender, Callum Chapman-Page, who's out with a hamstring injury. Richard Ballard out with a knee injury that's bothered him the early part of this campaign. And Sion McFarland out with a leg injury, as he has been for the bulk of the start of this campaign. Meanwhile, for Birmingham Legion FC, Eddie Horvat came into the night as questionable with a hamstring injury. He did not make the 18. And of course, Freddie Kleeman remains out with that torn ACL he suffered early in the campaign on the road against FC Tulsa. That's our injury report tonight, brought to you by Down in Front Productions. As Miami get their first extended possession of this contest tonight. Aiden Stanley inside for Bolu Akinyode. The other former member of Birmingham Legion, Ben Ofemu, connects with Devin Speedy Williams. Akinyode under a bit of duress supplied by Lopez. Maybe under a bit of pressure, Ofemu just sends it away. A throw-in coming here for Miami. Mike gives us a chance to look at our keys to the game tonight. Let's start with Miami. They've already had 1 successful start to this road trip. How do they make it an even better road trip?
Well, they were very effective in their press against Memphis last week. They got both goals off of that pressure, so I expect them to do that again and try to create more chances. And then fitness, because they did seem to drop off a little bit in that Memphis game the last 20-30 minutes. I think they got tired from all the pressing that they did. For Legion, it's about keeping the ball, keeping possession, not letting Miami attack. We know they've got a great offense, but you can keep them from having the ball. You don't have to defend them as often. And again, when they're forced to defend, they've got to really work hard as a team and keep that potent Miami offense off of the board.
Alex Crognale finds Martinez, and Bruno Lapa's making the run. Lovely sequence there from Birmingham to open up the Miami defense. Here's Dean. Lopez, another one-touch pass to Asiadu. Kavita out to the wide side for Ryan James. Marlon Santos, lovely turn to get around Segber. Santos got the cross away. Dean trying to keep it in play and couldn't quite do that.
Cross just a little too heavy, but Birmingham Legion with 4 players in the box as Marlon Santos served that ball, certainly showing their intent to get forward and to attack right from the open here.
Talking to Coach Pulis earlier in the week, he said one of the biggest keys for his team was how do you contain arguably one of the best pairs of wingers in the league, from Marlon Santos on one side, Prosper Kasim on the other. So far tonight it's been Kasim on the right side, Marlon Santos here on the left. Ryan James connects with Martinez. Lapa. Good defensive work by Akinyoti to disrupt the pass as Alex Crognale is brought down by Kyle Murphy. Crognale wastes no time putting it back in play.
Gotta love the enthusiasm. Got fouled, just jump right back up, get the ball in play, and try and take advantage of a momentary lapse from the other team.
Lopez has options. Dean certainly one of them. Lapa in a tight space. Martinez, and I think that got the arm of Martinez. Six minutes in tonight here at Protective Stadium. Blake Carter, Mike Gemming, glad to have you with us on a humid night tonight in Birmingham. 81 degrees at kickoff. There is a little bit of a chance for rain coming later tonight, but hopefully that stays away. Matchup between the 205 and the 305. Birmingham Legion taking on Miami FC for the first of 2 meetings this year. After the two sides met just one time apiece each of the past couple of seasons. Stanley with a flick over the top. Couldn't quite find its intended target. A throw coming here for the Legion. There you see the 2 previous meetings. Birmingham Legion 2-0 so far. Both those wins coming on the road. Convincing fashion back in 2020. The final score line of 4-0, and then much closer game last year, 1-0. 82nd minute goal from Nico Brett proved to be the difference for Birmingham in that contest.
Of course, Miami FC went out and signed 2 former Legion players. So they obviously recognized that Legion had something going well against them. Let's try and bring a couple of those guys to Miami, and maybe we can turn that around.
Walker with an opportunity. His cross partially blocked out to Anderson Asiadu. Kasim brings it under control. A good pass, Dean, Kasim, Lapa, and now Birmingham may have something. Lapa has a run from Kasim with him. Still Bruno Lapa. His pass takes a deflection inside all the way back out to Dean. Or Lopez, I should say.
That was 4-on-4 for a minute. Bruno Lapa making a good decision to run at the defense and try and take advantage. Just couldn't quite find that final pass.
Birmingham able to reset the attack through Prosper Kasim, the reigning USL Player of the Week. Walker trying to keep that alive. He does. Dean takes it off him, though, in short order. A good turn there by Ryan James to corral it.
Risky ball from Dean, switching the play and floating it up in the air. Ryan James handled it very confidently.
3rd straight start for Ryan James at that left back position. Guy who played quite a bit a season ago for Birmingham, did not start this season in the starting 11, but has played well each of the past couple of weeks. Paco Craig forcing the issue, has Walker out to the wide side again. Here comes Lamar Walker charging at the defense. Orlin Velo. Back to Speedy Williams. Now wide to Segbers. Chance to cross for Perez to the back post. Dean there to greet it. Marlon Santos keeps it in play.
Nice attack from Miami FC. Good ball movement, got it wide. Very dangerous serve into the box. Everybody from Legion doing a good job and staying in good position to win the ball in the air, but a good attack from Miami FC, certainly showing that they've got the ability to move the ball quickly and to open up some gaps in the defense.
Talked about Birmingham's wingers, Kasim and Marlon Santos, but Mark Walker into the starting lineup tonight for the first time this year, has already been involved. A bad ball served by Josh Perez. He's certainly going to feature quite a bit, we expect tonight as well. As Murphy is taken off it by Lopez. Lapa trying to turn, Boloak and Yode would not let him through. Here's Walker again. Walker trying to get around Lopez. Lopez said no, and the referee said no as well. So far, so good for each defense through 10 minutes tonight. It was really Birmingham's calling card a season ago. Their organized defense frustrated teams a bulk of 2022. It's been Miami's calling card so far this year. They've surrendered just 7 goals in the first 8 games, one of the top marks in the Eastern Conference.
If you can give up less than a goal a game, you certainly are going to have chances to win every match that you play. And Miami has certainly been very hot, only losing 1 out of 4.
Stanley didn't like any of the options in front of him. Velo comes to get it. Throw coming here for Miami. Aiden Stanley, the former Duke Blue Devil, making his 5th straight start tonight. Getting play restarted for Miami. And that spent last year with Austin FC. Got a couple of starts, 9 overall appearances in MLS. His cross takes a deflection. Kernali trying not to concede a corner. He succeeded in that regard. Just be a throw.
Little detail, you don't think it makes that big a difference, but corners are dangerous, and Miami's been pretty good on set pieces. That little bit of extra effort from Alex Kernali keeps Miami FC from having that one more dangerous opportunity.
Foul goes against Mikey Lopez. It's quite the physical tussle there between he and Stanley. Trying to play the big switch. It's right on the foot of Perez. 1v1 against James. Perez inside, gets a shot away. Van Oekel is there.
Perez doing really well to come back on that left foot of his. Gave a little shake and bake. Ryan James bought the fake. A very dangerous ball served in.
Perez has scored already twice this year. One of those goals came against Phoenix a couple of games ago. First shot on target for either side so far in this one. Dean lost his footing, lost possession as well.
We've seen a number of guys stumbling a little bit already. I believe the surface may be a little bit slick and some of the guys not quite getting their footing yet.
Perez was offside. So free kick coming for Legion FC. Legion fans, to stay up to date on all the latest Legion FC news, be sure to follow @BHM Legion on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. Download the Legion FC app today. Available on both iOS and Android platforms. The Legion FC app and @BHM Legion on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. Your home for all things Birmingham Legion FC. Even start tonight between Birmingham and Miami. Santos finds Prosper Kasim with a bit of space to roam. Santos dispossessed. Akinyode got a foot in there. That is what Polo Akinyode is known for right there. That's already a couple of tussles he's won tonight.
He's a big man. He holds his ground. He doesn't dive in too often, so he's very hard to beat on the dribble.
And so Martinez, Bruno Lapa with an opportunity. Instead, Marlon Santos back to the feet of Lapa. Leaves it for Asiadu. His shot just a bit tall.
Jefferson Asiadu arriving late, getting a good strike on goal. Last year he was a passer and a defender. This year he's had more shots than anybody else on this Legion team. He's started to really get forward and look to be dangerous.
Asiadu's already scored once this year, the game winner here at home against Hartford in stoppage time. Scored that one with his head. Not a bad effort from just outside the box that time. James over the top of everybody as Afemu ushers it back to his goalkeeper, Connor Sparrow. Only makes sense with a last name like Sparrow that he played his college soccer at Creighton, the Blue Jays. 27-year-old now in his second season in Miami, his 6th in the USL Championship. Fallow turns into space, looking for Perez. Perez able to run it down. Segbers. Williams opts to go backwards. Miami recycles the possession. Mike, so far in this one, both defenses doing a fairly decent job of staying organized.
Yeah, both teams have been very organized. They've allowed a couple of shots, but nothing from in close. We knew that both coaches respected their opponent tonight and weren't going to go crazy sending bodies forward. I think the defensive have lived up to their billing so far.
That is a great play there from Lamar Walker off his back heel and off of Dean over the inline. The first corner of the night belongs to Miami. Walker was just going to try to keep it in play, but it's heady work from the 21-year-old Jamaican. So a try from the flag here for Miami. The Frenchman, Florent Vallot. Vallot with an in swinger to the penalty spots. Headed away. Like by Dean. Still a throw for Miami, right close to head coach Tom Stone of Birmingham Legion FC. Mark Segbers looking for options. James got a toe in. Akinyoti trying to keep it down here for Miami. And a whistle and a foul. Gives Miami a free kick.
Akinyoti and Bruno Lapa getting acquainted again. They used to face each other every day in practice.
Akinyoti, a key piece of what Miami was able to do last year after he made 15 starts in 17 games for Birmingham the season prior. Nobody on this Miami team has more tackles so far this season. The 27-year-old from Nigeria. Another set-piece opportunity for Miami. Fallow leaves it for Stanley. To the back post, a dangerous ball that's headed just over the bar.
Johnny Dean lost his man for just a moment. The service was nearly perfect.
Oh, a great look for Benafemu.
Benafemu would have loved to have gotten that one on target. Just couldn't quite reach back and get his head around the ball.
But a good look for Miami FC. They've had more of the ball here over the last 5 or 6 minutes. Starting to grow into the game here at Protective Stadium. Another big switch finds Walker, who couldn't quite keep it away from Dean. It's kept down here. Good work by Stanley. Walker on the charge again. Murphy. His shot blocked by Cavita.
That's a big block. We know how dangerous Murphy is. Every time Kyle Murphy has the ball in front of goal, he has a way of finding the net.
Birmingham captain Fanuel Cavita putting his body on the line there. Now Birmingham working back the other way. Marlon Santos has a 1v1 for the moment with Segbers. Marlon Santos goes down in the penalty area. Referee waves it off. Santos thought he got the shoulders in front. The referee not buying what the Birmingham winger was selling here early.
Fans felt it was shoulder to back, not shoulder to shoulder. Marlon Santos certainly went flying. The referee in good position to make the decision.
Haven't been a whole lot of whistles here early. The referee tonight, Adam Kilpatrick, has let play flow. Now Miami attacking once more. Mar Walker has been a busy man so far tonight. Perez couldn't quite get it through to Valo. Marlon Santos, his pass picked off, intended for Enzo Martinez. Martinez might have just won Birmingham a throw. Another look at the penalty shot here from Marlon. Marlon Santos might have had a point.
I think he's certainly got an argument. Segber's leaning in. Looks like he catches him in the back, not at shoulder to shoulder. Miami FC perhaps a little bit fortunate to get away with one.
Birmingham in the attacking half once more. Asidu's pass though behind Ryan James. Birmingham fans, the Legion travels to Pittsburgh this Saturday, May 7th at 6 o'clock Central Time. Watch the game right here on My 68. The next home game at Protective Stadium is Wednesday, May 18th at 7 o'clock Central Time against Las Vegas Lights. Everybody wins on Wednesdays. Deals are back, so get your tickets today at bhmlegion.com/tickets. It's Birmingham at Pittsburgh this weekend. And then Wednesday, May 18th, Birmingham back at home against Las Vegas Lights. Approaching the halfway point here in our first 45. Scoreless so far between Birmingham Legion and Miami FC. Prosper Kasim inside, his pass cut out by Benafemu. And a whistle and a foul is going to give Legion FC a free kick as Alex Cronali was hit trying to get his pass away.
Alex Cronali is usually the biggest man on the field, but Kyle Murphy is right there with him, both in height and stature.
Birmingham fans happy to see Cronali back in the mix tonight. Was suspended for last Wednesday's contest against Charleston. After video review, looked at an incident he had Birmingham's match prior to that on the road against Loudoun. Here's Kasim. Back to the feet of his captain, Fanwa Kavita. Lopez hounded by Murphy. Good job by James to get it out of trouble. So far, Birmingham's dealt with the Miami pressure well.
Miami looks like they want to press, they want to step and go, but Birmingham's just moving the ball so quickly that they can't really get the press set.
Lopez. Not quite on the same page with Enzo Martinez. Easy collection in the end for Connor Sparrow. Blake Gardner, Mike Kevin, glad to have you with us tonight. Protective Stadium, Birmingham Legion, Miami FC. Miami enters tonight above the playoff line. Birmingham Legion just 1 point off it. If you look at the live standings, just behind Tampa Bay Rowdies, who occupy that 7th spot in the Eastern Conference. Miami FC have won 3 of their last 4 coming into the night. Birmingham, the same. Legion trying to make it 3 wins in a row tonight here at home. Asidu not quite able to thread that through to Enzo Martinez. Talked about how organized Birmingham's defense has been. Miami's done a pretty good job of marking Enzo Martinez to this point.
They've done a good job all over the field. Legion have created some chances. They've gotten it wide and been on the edge of the box, but Miami has given them 0 close looks at goal so far.
Perez leaves it for Velo. His shot punched aside by Van Oekel. A clean look, top of the area for Velo, but Van Oekel makes his second stop of the night.
Velo hit it really hard, but Matt Van Oekel held his ground, did well to just parry it out wide.
Velo back on it again, gets the serve away, headed away by Crinali. Marlon Santos able to connect with Anderson Asiadu. Asiadu clattered, referee plays the advantage. Here comes Bruno Lapa. Lapa by himself, his shot blocked. And the first Chick-fil-A corner kick of the night coming for Birmingham.
Bruno Lapa's first touch just brought the ball a little bit closer to the defender than he wanted.
First the look by Velo.
That ball had some heat on it. Bruno Lapa just a little soft on his first touch. Couldn't get it out of his feet quick enough. Good chances for both teams.
Miami able to clear the initial corner. Birmingham still has a few targets forward. Marlon Santos towards the back post. Just over the top of Bruno Lapa.
I think that was actually a pretty good ball from Marlon Santos. I think Bruno Lapa just misjudged it.
So no goal kick, just a throw from near that corner flag for Miami. A fresh ball for Aiden Stanley over there. Fans celebrating its 75th anniversary. Select is proud to be the official match ball supplier of the USL Championship. Choose what you play with at www.selectsportamerica.com. Select, the league's choice, the player's choice. Anderson Asiadu wins it back for Birmingham. James couldn't quite thread it through to Enzo Martinez again, who has not had many touches in the early part of this contest.
You can see the Legion are looking to play balls into him, but they just haven't quite been able to connect.
Paco Craig. To the feet of Stanley, back to the feet of the Miami captain, Craig, the 29-year-old, now in his second season in South Florida. Veteran and a youngster, the center back pairing once again for Miami between Craig and Benofemo. Quixote taken off it from behind by Lapa. Crowded midfield, Lapa able to play it to Alex Crinali and back out the other side to Kasim. And a whistle stops play as the referee said that was a bit of arm Kasim used to control the ball. Dean in a foot race, wins it against Walker. Good defensive work from Dean so far tonight.
Miami's had a little bit of joy playing balls behind Johnny Dean. That time his positioning was good and clearly got to the ball first.
Velo sinks in deep for a touch, back to the chest of Benofemo. Perez hit from behind by Lopez. This might be a yellow card shown to Mikey Lopez.
It has to be. It was an absolute tactical foul. He knew what he was doing.
And it is a yellow card brought to you by Rubio Law Firm, the first of the night from our referee. And it's the USL Team of the Week. Honorable mention, honoree, Mikey Lopez, who is booked. And he may have had his hands up, but certainly intended to stop the attack of Perez there.
Couldn't allow Perez to run at the defense in that kind of a dangerous position. Tried to act innocent, but made sure he slowed the man down. Referee makes the call, gives the yellow card, but the entire Birmingham Legion defense gets back and gets set up.
Third time this year, Mikey Lopez has been booked. And it is a crowd around this free kick right now for Miami. Velo and Perez making everyone's organized on the same page. They leave Stanley to it. Birmingham sets the wall. Was 4, now it's 3. Stanley and Speedy Williams might have a go here. Perez, a one-touch to the back post, headed away by Dean, who goes down holding his face. It's a free kick for Birmingham, and the Legion players asking for a little bit more than just a free kick here. Hard to tell if that was an awfully high boot there from Craig. It might have been. He's booked and shown yellow.
He's trying to play the ball for sure, but it's boot to face, and you can't put your foot that high and not think you're endangering an opponent, and that's why the yellow card is given.
So after a relatively free-flowing first 27 minutes, a couple of yellow cards come out of the pockets of referee Adam Kilpatrick here lately. One to Mikey Lopez, the other to Paco Craig, brought to you by Rubio Law Firm. Half hour gone so far tonight in Birmingham. Scoreless between Miami and Legion FC. It's been a pretty even first half hour. Don't think Matt Van Oekel and Connor Sparrow, tonight's goalkeepers, called each other before the match, but they're matching almost head to toe tonight. Both in what can only be described as maybe highlighter yellow.
Neither one's going to get missed out there tonight. You can see them pretty clearly.
Stanley lets that long ball from Van Oekel go. A throw in for the visitors from South Florida. Perez trying to hold off James. Lovely back heel to find Speedy Williams. Here comes Miami. Alex Crognale got a foot in. Walker saves the possession for the moment. Good job by Lopez, knowing he couldn't go in too hard on that challenge.
He'd just been carded a few minutes ago. He had to be safe. Made the right choice, making sure he doesn't take somebody down and get that second yellow that sends him off.
Perez, edge of the area, hounded by Kavita. His cross partially blocked out behind the net. The second corner kick of the night coming here for Miami.
Perez is so quick on the ball. He moves the ball side to side. Very few players can move the ball quicker than a defender can move his feet, but we've seen it 2 or 3 times from Perez.
So Miami with a chance to bring all the big guys forward again. Stanley with Valo close by. Stanley towards the back post. It's headed back across net. And it's out in the end. Not a bad opportunity once again off the set piece for Miami. It's a good ball served by Stanley. Akinyode had a look at goal if he could have redirected it in time.
Number of big guys on this Miami FC. I think that was Paco Craig getting up over everybody. You think Kyle Murphy's the logical target on all set pieces, but Paco Craig is a big man and he's very smart in his movements. And that was a pretty good look for him.
Van Oekel sends it away, direction of Marlon Santos. Santos pushed from behind, referee says no, here comes Miami. Kavita cuts out the danger. Marlon Santos rather surprised he didn't get the whistle there. Seam able to turn, create a little bit of space, but his switch is cut out. Perez slicing through the Birmingham defense again. Gets it back from Murphy. Waits for Stanley to join the fray. Stanley back out wide, Paco Craig pushing forward a bit. Stanley. Olu Akinyode. Good string of passing here from Miami. Can they turn it into an opportunity? Perez puts it inside again, and it's Kavita who comes up with a big challenge. Crognali's pass cut out. Williams cross denied by Asiadu, but Miami operating on the front foot at least for the moment.
Anderson and Asiadu doing very well to get across and block that service. But Legion a little bit casual, trying to play out of the back, and Miami likes to step and press. They turn it over and create another opportunity.
Kanyode wastes no time, back to the feet of Craig as Miami resets the attack. Valo trying to make the run in behind, and that pass just a bit beyond his reach. Fans can't watch the match? Turn on SiriusXM FC channel 157. North America's only 24/7 source for engaging soccer talk, including USL All Access, Tuesday nights at 7 o'clock Eastern, 6 o'clock Central. Plus hear live matches from the USL, MLS, English Premier League, and more. All on SiriusXM FC channel 157, the SXM app. I believe it's El Paso Locomotive and FC Tulsa tonight on SiriusXM channel 157. East versus West matchup.
Those East versus West have been really fun this season. We didn't have them last year due to COVID. This year we're just getting some great games, teams that don't play each other very often. It's been really enjoyable.
4 games on the slate tonight in the USL Championship, including this one. Louisville City right now battling Atlanta United 2, about 2.5 hours from here. Later on tonight, El Paso at home against FC Tulsa, and then late night soccer on the way. Sacramento Republic, one of the best teams in the league so far, taking on New Mexico United. Of course, all those games available on ESPN+. Walker gets around Lopez and around to Asiadu. Williams opts not to use the run of Segbers, instead switches play back the other direction. Stanley. An early service, well beyond its intended target. A bit of a heavy touch from Brian James. He can only clear it away.
He was a little bit fortunate there. His first touch was definitely a big touch, and he was being closed down quickly.
I believe that's a foul given right in front of the touchline. Benefemu wins the free kick as Enzo Martinez drew the ire of the official. Undercuts the pass and is able to keep it in play. Good defensive work from Johnny Dean. Kasim trying to play directly. Afemu made sure that wasn't going to happen.
Benefemu's a big man, but he's got some wheels. He read that well and got back with plenty of time.
So far, so good for the 21-year-old center back, Benefemu. He made 11 starts for Birmingham a season ago after coming over from his time Philadelphia Union's academy. Femu making his 5th straight start tonight for Miami. And a bad sign right now for Miami FC. A man down behind the play is one of their playmakers, Florlan Valo. He's slow to get up as Birmingham play the other way. Johnny Dean trying to get the cross away. Looked like it took a deflection off of Walker. Another Chick-fil-A corner kick coming for Birmingham, but first things first. Valo is still down. This is not what Miami wanted to see.
Miami players complaining that there was an opportunity to stop the game, but the referee felt the player wasn't in any significant danger and allowed Legion to continue the attack.
So Valo rejoins the fray, but is still hobbling a little bit. Something to keep an eye on as we close out this first half. Corner kick brought to you by Chick-fil-A. Bruno Lapa to serve it. A low service. Enzo Martinez got a foot to it. His cross deflected out wide. And another Chick-fil-A corner kick coming. '40th minute here in Birmingham, Alabama. Can either side create that lethal scoring opportunity late in this first half. Towards the top of the box, Lapa's serve only finds below. And Walker is off and running. Walker has Murphy running with him. Good job by Kavita to sniff that out. So far, Kyle Walker hasn't had a ton of dangerous opportunities. Birmingham's central defense has kept him in check to this point. Prosper Kasim, reigning USL Player of the Week. Quite get it through to Enzo Martinez. It's easy for Sparrow in the end.
Legion have had the ball in the attacking third of the field. They've gotten into wide positions and into crossing positions, but so far in 40 minutes of play, they have not tested Sparrow once. He's not had a save to make.
Van Okel's had to make a couple of saves, but Sparrow's seen just 3 shots, none of which have found the frame. Segbers back to the feet of Williams. Femu, good passing under pressure. Now Miami can break. Walker, his touch a bit heavy. Dean almost took it off him. Still Walker in tight spaces. And a good job by Mikey Lopez. And Lapa chopped down, free kick given. And a yellow card is going to be shown to Akinyoti, who doesn't agree at all with the decision. Yellow card brought to you by Rubio Law Firm. Akinyoti thought he got almost all ball. Bruno Lapa's a bit slow to get up.
Akinyoti absolutely gets the ball here, but he comes with his studs showing, sliding in straight-legged. And that's the reason for the yellow card, and I'm going to agree with the referee here. You show your studs, you have a straight leg. If you catch the player, you can really hurt somebody, and that's what the yellow card was given for.
Second yellow card caution shown to a Miami player here in this first half as Matt Van Okel sends it forward. Closing moments of this opening 45. Bruno Lapa back to his feet, trying to create something here for Birmingham. His cross is blocked, but another Chick-fil-A corner kick forthcoming.
Legion lately have been getting around the outside of this Miami defense. That's 3 corners in just a couple of minutes' time. And it shows you that they're getting behind the defense, getting into dangerous positions. They just need to get something out of these set pieces.
This one's taken short. Ryan James, his service partially blocked. It falls for Marlon Santos. Kyle Murphy supplies the final clearance. Asiru surveys, still has a couple of big targets forward. Both Alex Cronali and Fenwell Kavita remain in the attacking third for the moment. Ryan James is going to let everybody reset. Florlan Valo seems to be moving a little bit better after the knock he took a few minutes ago. Fourth minutes here in Protective Stadium, Birmingham, Alabama. The word is from down below, just 1 minute of stoppage time is coming to close out this first half.
This game has been allowed to flow. There haven't been a lot of fouls called, certainly no big stoppages of play. Both teams just moving the ball quickly and playing from end to end.
Just 10 total fouls here in the first 44 plus minutes. Van Okel reorganizes his defense with Mikey Lopez coming back for possession. James with a serve across the park to Alex Crognale. This first half probably has time for maybe one more push forward for either side. Siadu trying to turn the corner against Murphy. He does. Martinez. Lapa. Couldn't quite get it back out wide to Dean. How does Miami try to counter quickly?
It's 3-on-3 if they go quickly, but they're not.
Buffalo might try to press the issue. He does not. And it is confirmed down below. 1 minute of stoppage time to close this first half, brought to you by UAB Medicine. It looks like both sides are going to be relatively content to go into the halftime dressing rooms with a 0-0 scoreline. Dean sends it into touch. A throw here for Miami. Just a few moments left here in this first 45.
Miami definitely not in a rush to get this ball in play.
Stanley has not found a target. He finally does. And that is the halftime whistle. An even first 45 between Birmingham Legion and Miami FC. Couple of scoring opportunities, but besides that, both sides have been fairly deadlocked so far at Protective Stadium. We'll take a break, but plenty coming up at halftime, including a conversation with Enzo Martinez, getting his thoughts on his first season so far in Birmingham. Plus, we're going to look at the USL standings, the USL scoreboard, take a look at some news and notes, and get a look at our numbers from the first 45 minutes. 0-0 our score between Miami FC and Birmingham Legion. More from our coverage of the USL Championship right after this.
One more.
One more.
One more, please.
One more, guys, one more. Set, up.
Hey, kid. Yeah, we'll take one more. Oh, one more.
Wow! Do it one more time. Do it one more time.
To Jack's new Southern Barbecue Pub Burger.
Cheers.
Jack's new Southern Barbecue Pub Burger. It's everything you love and more, more, more. 2 juicy patties topped with melty cheese, crispy bacon, French fried onions, and tangy barbecue sauce. Enjoy every bite with a side of crinkle fries.
Another round? If you're buying.
Jack's, all about the South.
I'm here with Enzo Martinez of Birmingham Legion FC. And Enzo, great to talk with you. You've been a player in this league for quite a while now. You come to Birmingham. What were your expectations when you joined this club?
Yeah, honestly, coming here, then the area I live in here, didn't know too much about it. I didn't have any expectations, but team-wise, I knew that they were a hard team, a team that's very disciplined, a team that works really hard, and I was looking forward to enjoying and hopefully add to that mentality that, every time I played against them, that they were a team that you have to be ready to show up, because if not, then they'll roll over you.
I think that's kind of the feeling that Birmingham fans had about you as a player, playing against you for many years, that you were that guy that was so hard to play against that maybe fans here didn't always appreciate you because you were on the other team. Is that something you think you bring to this team?
Yeah, mentioning that, it was funny because at the beginning of the season when we did meeting the fans, all of them were coming up to me, and it was kind of the same thing. We didn't like you when you were on the other team, but now we're happy you're here. And yeah, that's exactly one of the reasons I wanted to come here, is because I feel like the style and the mentality would have fit me, and what I like to bring to a game.
So you came here having played most of your career in midfield. You've played a little bit higher up the field in the last few games, and of course scoring a pretty big goal the other day. What's your role in the team been like?
Yeah, obviously. I mean, I like to believe that the most important thing is to get the win, you know, and whatever it takes. If it's me running, 14 kilometers that game, or if it's me sprinting the whole time to press, if it's me defending the whole game, if it has to be me making runs in behind, scoring goals, whatever it takes, and that's the type of player I want to be, is that whatever the team needs at that moment to give ourselves a chance to win is what I will do. Obviously, I think there's no better feeling than scoring a goal in the field, and to me, the closer I can be to goal, the happier I am and the more hungry I am.
In the last few years, Coach Sohn has talked about how a big part of the team's success has been the culture in the locker room. What has it been like for you as a new player coming into the locker room? How do you see the culture, and how do you feel you fit in?
Yeah, no, it's been amazing, to be honest. The guys are very welcoming from the beginning that I was here. I never really felt like an outsider. I came here. They welcome me, they've helped me from the beginning, but at the end of the day too, there's a standard that you have to meet and you have to work every day, and they do a good job of holding each other to that standard and training every day, because if you don't, then the games become a lot harder than they should.
I've enjoyed watching you when you were an opponent. I'm much happier watching you now that you're with Legion FC. Hope that you have great success the rest of the year. Welcome to Birmingham.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I appreciate the fans and the staff and everyone around. Thank you.
Thanks.
And it's all turning up goals. Oh, the audacity! Early fireworks at Wild Horse Pass. Welcome to Tampa Bay. And he drills it. Wow! What a goal!
We all have goals. But let's be honest. Most of us aren't going to be professional athletes. But if your goal is to finish your degree, we can help. Come to a university that puts your goals first. Bellevue University, your partner in finishing goals.
Welcome back to our coverage of the USL Championship live from Birmingham, Alabama. So far, nothing separating Miami FC and Birmingham Legion tonight. We'll see if that changes coming out of the halftime dressing rooms. Before we get to the second half, though, let's get a look at the USL Championship Eastern Conference standings coming into the night. And Mike, Miami enters the night above that playoff line. In 5th position, Birmingham has a chance to move above that line as well with a win. But both teams are playing well in a very, very good Eastern Conference to start this year.
Yeah, there's a couple of teams at the top of the table that have had great success to start, and then there's a big pack right in the middle, including Legion and Miami FC, that one win or one loss can move you up pretty dramatically.
Yeah, number 3 and number 8, Pittsburgh and Birmingham separated by just 5 points coming into the night. And of course, Birmingham gets a shot at Pittsburgh coming up this Saturday at 7 o'clock Eastern, 6 o'clock Central Time. Atlanta United 2, Louisville City in action over in Atlanta. Lou City on top of Atlanta 3-0 as Niall McCabe just added a goal of the week honoree potentially over outside Atlanta in Kennesaw. And then we mentioned late night soccer coming later tonight on ESPN Plus, just about to get going. El Paso Locomotive taking on FC Tulsa, and Sacramento Republic and New Mexico United to end the night tonight. Certainly a couple of good matchups to close the night on ESPN Plus.
A lot of really good games going on. It's midweek. You don't always expect to see great soccer, but lots of fun games to watch.
And if you haven't watched Colorado Springs Switchbacks yet, tomorrow night might be a good opportunity. At home against Rio Grande Valley. That game starting at 9 o'clock Eastern, 8 o'clock Central Time out in the mountains. And then Memphis and Charleston, the other middle of the week contest, really to start the weekend early. 7 o'clock Eastern, 6 o'clock Central. Charleston Battery taking on Memphis 901 FC as Charleston try to get off the schneid and get back in the win column for the first time in 6 games. Of course, it's been a busy week of news and notes across the USL Championship. Birmingham Legion with back-to-back Player of the Week honorees between Enzo Martinez, Prosper Kasim, Mikey Lopez also honored as well. Team of the Week bench. Birmingham starting to get noticed for the nice run of play they've been on over the last couple of weeks.
Well, we've always known that this team is loaded with talent. I think the rest of the league has known it as well. The results may not have showed it early in the season, but the players certainly are getting recognized around the country.
W League set to kick off this Friday. Kings Hammer FC and Indy 11 set to get things going in that league. And then, of course, Sirius XM announcing their schedule for the upcoming early part of the summer with the USL Championship. Birmingham Legion taking on Phoenix Rising June 4th, a part of that schedule. And then Miami FC hosting Indy 11 the very next week, also a part of that USL Championship slate on Sirius XM FC, channel 157. Our stats from the first 45 minutes of action are brought to you by Steel City Pops. And Mike said it was a pretty even first 45. Miami certainly had more of the ball. They got their foot on the ball more after the first 10 or 15 minutes, but neither side really created that killer scoring opportunity.
I would agree with that completely. Fairly even game in terms of chances created. Miami FC had one blast from the top of the 18, and Legion had 1 or 2 near misses. But it's been a very even game so far.
So we'll see what separates these two teams coming up in the second 45 minutes. Scoreless so far tonight between Birmingham Legion and Miami FC. The second half from Protective Stadium comes your way right after this.
I need to try it first.
It's true. Everyone gets a free new Samsung Galaxy S22 with a Galaxy trade-in. Any year, any condition.
Really? Even if my old phone looks like this? Dude, why?
How could you? It's okay, people. I've trained for this.
It's not complicated. Everyone gets a free new Samsung Galaxy S22 with the Galaxy trade-in. Any year, any condition.
Breaking in Kasim! The first goal in Birmingham history is a beauty! Johnson in on goal, it's Daniel Johnson!
Welcome back to our coverage of Birmingham Legion taking on Miami FC tonight, live from the Protective Stadium in Birmingham, Alabama. Time to look at our first half highlights brought to you by Chick-fil-A. Mike, not a ton of scoring chances for either side, but Miami had the first one of the night, one of the 2 shots that troubled Matt Van Oekel.
Well, Perez was dangerous out wide. That one half Schross, half shot, half cross.
And on the other side, Anderson Asidu from just outside the box nearly found the frame. This the best opportunity Miami's had. Benofemu just over the bar.
Just couldn't wrap himself around that ball. It was just behind him. And then a good strike from out front that's parried away.
Florlin below, denied by Matt Van Oekel's second save of that first half. Otherwise, a couple of physical challenges as the physicality of the game started to pick up there later on in that first half. Led to 3 yellow cards. 2 shown to Miami, 1 shown to Birmingham. Birmingham's biggest penalty shout came right here. Marlon Santos brought down by Mark Segbers.
Yeah, Legion perhaps wishing there was VAR tonight. I think the referee might have changed his call if he had the chance to see that one again.
Other than that, Birmingham did not register a shot on goal there in the first 45 minutes, so we'll see if that changes here in the second half, as both sides are just about ready to get things started once again. Birmingham Legion in black, Miami in blue. And Birmingham have made one change before we get going in this second half. Zach Aravo is on for Ryan James. So a midfielder on for the starting left back for Birmingham, as Miami gets the second half restarted. And Mike, what's the position change for Birmingham with Aravo coming into the game to start this second half?
Yeah, Ryan James comes off. Mikey Lopez goes out to the left back from his defensive midfield spot. And Zach Aravo plays in the center of midfield. I think this may be adding a little bit more of an attacking player in midfield. Ryan James gets sacrificed so that Legion can bring another attack-minded player into the game.
No changes on the Miami side of things, but it's Birmingham who go to the bench for the first time tonight. Evan Speedy Williams controls in the midfield. Paco Craig, the captain. One of a couple of guys that has to be careful in this second half. Craig on a yellow card, Lopez on a yellow card. Bolo Akinyoti on a yellow card as well. Good sign for Miami as Flor Lavalo is in to start this second half. And a free kick is going to be given to Miami, as Stanley is down and another yellow card is coming out of the pocket of our referee, shown to Prosper Kasim. So just a minute and 15 seconds into the second half, Kasim is shown yellow, brought to you by Rubio Law Firm.
Not sure that this was such a hard foul, as much as the referee still had all the late fouls from the first half in his mind and wants to make sure that this game doesn't get out of control.
So Kasim is booked. So Kasim and Lopez, yellow cards right now for Birmingham. See if we get one look at it here.
I'm not even sure if there was contact there, maybe just grazed the top of his foot. But again, the referee making sure to call things a little tight as we restart the action. Doesn't want to let this one get away from him.
Kyle Murphy had a shot blocked there by Kavita. Kavita hounding him all the way out to the touchline. Here's Bolo Akinyoti. Stanley. Warren Walker making his first start of the year tonight. Was heavily involved, especially the early part of that first half. This pass goes all the way back to the keeper, Sparrow.
I thought Walker had a really good first half. He hasn't had a lot of action with Miami FC so far this season, and I really wasn't quite sure what to expect from him, but he played very confidently, was dangerous with the ball at his feet. Good 1v1 attacking player.
Kasim, lovely move from Kasim to get around Perez, but he's dispossessed in the end by Williams. Here's Walker coming forward at the Birmingham defense once again. Gets it back from Murphy. And Walker eventually runs into Anderson Asiadu. Make sure he goes no further. Coyote with the interception. Roland Velo. Perez against Lopez. Perez, his shot blocked by Lopez.
Great defending from Mikey Lopez. 1v1 against a very dangerous attacking player. Held his ground, didn't dive in, and then blocks the shot when it's taken.
Miami still able to recycle with possession. This is what the back half really of the first 45 minutes looked like. Miami fairly comfortable on the ball. Dean tried not to concede the corner. He didn't in the end. Walker gets the service away. Perez can't quite put it on frame.
Johnny Dean might have done a little better to just let that go out of bounds rather than tap it back in front of goal. Created a really dangerous opportunity that Miami FC just couldn't take advantage of.
Everyone stopped for a moment, but a great serve from Walker. Now a couple of times tonight, Miami have had decent headers near the 6-yard box that have not found the frame.
That was winger to winger. Perez not really known for his ability in the air.
Murphy fought off it by Arivo, and the whistle actually goes against Arivo. Free kick given to Miami. And it's Velo who is down for the second time tonight.
Velo has been the architect of the offense for Miami FC. And Legion have started to really take it to him physically a little bit this last part of the game. Just tangled and twisted up.
Yeah, that time Velo, really more collateral damage if anything. Challenge was between Arivo and Murphy, but Velo back to his feet on the ball for a moment. Murphy trying to hold it up. Arivo gets the better of him this time. Not quite able to connect with Enzo Martinez. A frustrating night for the most part for Martinez. But he's back on it here.
Center forward is dropping really deep to come and get the ball. It's not usually a good sign. It means he hasn't had it enough. He's starting to lose his positional discipline. Just needs some touches on the ball.
Asiadu finds Lapa in between the lines. Here's Kasim. Kasim pushing at the Miami defense. Cuts it inside. Leaves it for Lapa. Dean joins the fray. Dean around Walker. To the top of the area, Kasim looking for a shooting lane, finds Martinez instead. Martinez with a chance, that's blocked by Afemu. Still Martinez. Asiadu. Asiadu from distance, just wide.
Really nice attacking sequence from Birmingham Legion FC. Moving it side to side, nobody forcing anything, just moving the ball. And then a great strike, and this looked like it was just inches wide from Anderson Asiadu.
Second time tonight we've seen Asiadu have a go from distance. Looked like Sparrow had it covered, but it didn't miss the frame by much. But I'm with you, Mike. I think that's the best attacking sequence Birmingham have had so far in this contest, and they're back on the front foot again here, if not for the intervention from Akinyode. 7 minutes into this second half. Which side will find breakthrough first? Kasim just out in front of Arivo. Job by Akinyode to clean it up. Stanley again. Lamar Walker. Below. Quite on the same page with Murphy. It's an easy collection for Van Oekel in the end.
Below frustrated with himself. Tapping himself on the head like, what am I doing? Just couldn't quite make the right decision on that play, but he's been dangerous all night long.
Fantasy USL Championship returns to ESPN2 as the back-to-back Eastern Conference title holders, the Tampa Bay Rowdies, head west to take on a high-powered Phoenix Rising FC Sunday, May 15th at 9 o'clock Eastern, 8 o'clock Central Time on ESPN2. Marlon Santos is going to win the whistle here as he was pushed from behind by Afemu. Marlon Santos with a bit of, perhaps maybe a finally for the official. Feels like he should have been found a couple of times already tonight. I believe that's the first time officially he's won the whistle.
Kept his body in between Afemu and the ball really well. Afemu eventually just threw him to the ground.
What a foot race this is. Dean and Lamar Walker sprinted each for about 60 yards. It was Dean who won the battle in the end. 60 yards may have been underselling it.
It's quick on quick. Johnny Dean, as he usually does, winning the physical battle.
The 24-year-old now in his third season with Birmingham. Known more for what he does for Birmingham in the attacking third. 13 chances created already this year for Dean, but he has had to put in some work defensively tonight. Lovely there from Asiadu. How about that? Asiadu to Marlon Santos, and Prosper Kasim is free. Kasim with an opportunity that's blocked away by Afemu. Siadu trying to hold off Falo, who takes it off him instead. Birmingham starting to show signs of life offensively at the early part of the second half.
Miami's done a good job of blocking shots. Goalkeepers hardly had to touch it, but Legion have been very dangerous in the opening few minutes of this second half.
Throw for Miami as Paco Craig comes to get it. Mark Segbers. Relatively quiet night so far by his standards. And Perez is going to win a free kick for Miami. Right around the midway stripe, Perez was brought down. Miami wastes no time putting it back in play. Femu. Falo hounded by Kavita, who now has to get back. Organize Birmingham's defense again. Murphy. Good shot by Crognali to get there before Murphy could. Enzo Martinez dispossessed. Here comes Miami. Falo splits defenders. Falo right at Van Oekel.
Falo doing really well to split the defense. Matt Van Oekel doing what he does, cleaning up the few messes that are in front of him.
Van Oekel came into the night tied for 8th in the USL Championship in saves so far this year. Hoping tonight is his second clean sheet of the campaign. So far that clean sheet has been evasive for Van Oekel over the last few weeks. Max Crognali out wide, Dean. Seam, lovely one-touch pass. Dean back to it. Dean got the service away. Ervo heads it in the direction of Lopez. Lopez might have a go. Instead finds Martinez. Martinez. Asiadu. Dean. Kasim and Santos back to Kasim. Awfully crowded around the top of the 18 for the moment. Martinez with a bit of space, trying to get around Segbers. Couldn't quite get around him with possession. And a throw conceded here by Afemu.
Well, they didn't get the shot off, but they're definitely putting Miami under pressure.
Martinez goes down, but he was tackled cleanly off that. Falo trying to start the Miami break. Femu under duress there for Marlon Santos. Santos who got the last touch. A physical night so far for Marlon Santos. It looks like both sides around the hour mark are prepping a change. Birmingham has already made one sub. Miami has not made a change yet. Birmingham has called Juan Agudelo back to the bench. Miami has called Romeo Parks back to the touchline.
Miami FC really faded around the 60 to 65 minute mark against Memphis. Hung on late to keep the win. But I think they're just trying to get some fresh legs on the field. They played just 4 days ago.
Dean made the overlapping run. Dean centering pass cut out by Akinyori. Trying to get around Kasim, lost his footing and possession. Referee not going to give him the whistle. Lapa. Marlon Santos in a dangerous spot. Afemu does the job. Now Lamar Walker might be free. Siadu tracking back defensively, halted Walker for at least a moment. Murphy, his shot blocked away by Kavita. Miami starting to push a few more bodies forward. Falo. Murphy. Top of the box, Williams, dispossessed by Martinez, and Aravo cleaned it up. And the throw is going to be Miami's.
Again, good pressure from Miami, not letting Legion bring the ball out of the defensive third.
Crunching challenge there from Enzo Martinez. Is it a free kick? It looks like it will be.
The assistant referee was right on top of the play, did not make a signal. The referee, who was 20 yards away, made the call. Clearly got the ball first, didn't come from behind. Really not sure what the referee saw. Enzo Martinez obviously not excited about that call either.
So Martinez called for the foul. A free kick coming for Miami as Segbers gets to his feet. Birmingham uses the stoppage to make a change. Juan Agudelo is on for Marlon Santos.
Thought we might see this change. Juan Agudelo, one of the most experienced players in the entire league, brings international experience with him. A number of caps for the U.S. national team. Marlon Santos has been dangerous and has been very good from wide positions. Juan Agudelo brings a little more direct play and a little more power in front of goal.
Agudelo was on the injury report a couple of weeks ago, was not available a couple of games back, was available last week off the bench, played about 23 minutes, played about a half hour tonight to close this one. Below leaves it for Stanley. Van Oekel, quick off his line, punches it away. Still work to be done for the Birmingham defense. Back to the feet of Stanley. Dean heads it away as far as Kasim. And it's Agudelo in front of him. Great first touch from Agudelo. And a second gets around another defender. And he's brought down from behind, a free kick given. And is it going to be a yellow card? Referee Adam Kilpatrick had his hand in his pocket there for a moment. It was Benefemu trying to stop Juan Agudelo. While the referee makes his decision, Miami is prepping a triple change down below. Another look at the contact.
Tried to reach him between his legs. May have gotten some of the ball, but clearly coming from behind and hitting him in the back of the leg. That call's going to get made every time.
So a free kick for Birmingham brought to you by Birmingham Freightliner. Miami will make their first of 3 changes right here. First, Kyle Murphy is coming off. Fairly quiet night for Miami's number 9. He's replaced by the Jamaican Romeo Parks.
He's had a quiet night mostly because the Legion center backs have done a great job on him. It's also his second game in 4 days, and I think this is about getting some fresh legs on the field.
Speaking of fresh legs, Pierre Da Silva comes on as a winger, replacing Josh Perez, who's put in a good shift tonight for Miami. Last but not least, Adonijah Reed, the Canadian, is on. And he replaces the other winger, Lamar Walker.
Both these teams showing their depth, bringing some very good attacking players in off of the bench.
So a triple change executed for Miami here in the 64th minute. Now Birmingham can restart play. Kasim over the top. Dean puts it in the box. Asiadu has it tipped over the bar. What a huge save from Sparrow, his first of the night. Connor Sparrow waited a while to make that first save, but this is a big one.
Great ball laid back. Everybody thought he's going to shoot. Lays it back to the edge of the 18. Well hit ball. Good save from Sparrow.
Corner kick brought to you by Chick-fil-A. Kasim delivers. Gurnali just over the bar. pair of pretty good scoring opportunities go wanting there for Birmingham. Not a bad effort there from Alex Cernali. And Mike, that's the first time Birmingham's really created danger off set piece opportunities all night long, and that was back-to-back.
Yeah, they've had a couple of corners that really came to nothing, but that was a few dangerous moments. Legion in the last 10 minutes have really turned up the pressure and been certainly the most dangerous side these last few.
Dean plays it off Romeo Parks, a goal kick for Matt Van Oekel. Fans, don't miss a minute of the action in 2022. Whether your club is on the road or at home, catch nearly every second of USL Championship action on ESPN+. Home to USL, MLS, La Liga, Bundesliga, UFC, and more. Sign up today at plus.espn.com. A little over 20 minutes into our second half. Blake Gardner, Mike Yevman, glad to have you with us tonight. Live here at Protective Stadium, Birmingham, Alabama. Battle of Magic Cities, Miami and Birmingham. So far, nothing has separated between the two sides. Miami hoping to get an impact from a trio of changes a few moments ago. Dean down in the corner, trying to keep it away from Reed, does so. Again, Johnny Dean doing great work defensively for Birmingham tonight. Asiadu over the top for Agudelo, who stayed in an onside position. But Agudelo couldn't quite find his way around Paco Craig.
Paco Craig doing a great job defensively. That has to be one of the scariest moments you can have as a defender. You've got Juan Agudelo with the ball on his foot running at you. But Paco Craig held his composure, didn't reach in the end, won the ball on a nice tackle.
Here comes Miami. De Silva against Kavita. Got the cross away. Reed denied by Dean, who got there first.
Big sliding save from Johnny Dean. That was a really dangerous opportunity for Miami.
Now Birmingham going back the other direction quickly. Bruno Lapa leading the charge. Agudelo making the run in front of him. Lapa for Kasim. Back that direction for Enzo Martinez. Martinez to the back post. And it's headed over the end line by Stanley. Another Chick-fil-A corner kick coming for the Legion.
Good defending from Stanley. Had to win that ball. Put it out of play, but could not allow it to get over him and get to a very, very dangerous Bruno Lapa.
Already 5 corners tonight for Birmingham. Chris Prosper Kasim served this one. Towards Kavita, right at Sparrow.
Great service. That ball was driven and bending. Kavita got all of it just outside the 6. Ball came in with some pace. Kavita gets all of it. Sparrow in the right place. Makes a fairly comfortable save.
Sparrow went the entire first half without having to make a save. He's made a couple already here in the second. Parks tries to hold it up instead. Kavita does well to win it. And Ogle sends it deep. Bulk of the first half belonged to Miami. So far, bulk of the second half has belonged to Birmingham, but still, both sides looking for that opening goal.
Been a pretty entertaining match. Both teams certainly going forward. Miami traveled all this way. You thought they might just bunker a little bit and be safe, but they've attacked as much as they've defended. Legion, especially in the last 15 minutes, have really gone forward and really put Miami under pressure. But both defenses holding up so far. Both keepers making a couple of plays when they've been called upon.
Miami 2-1 winners this past weekend at Memphis. Didn't get a chance to go back home before coming to Birmingham. Instead came straight to Alabama to get ready for this one. Trying to make it 2 wins on this road trip.
Well, if you you're going to make a road trip, you might as well go to the two cities with the best barbecue in the country.
This Birmingham's not a bad back-to-back, at least from a food perspective. Miami been road warriors as of late. Trips to Phoenix, Memphis, and now tonight in Birmingham before a couple of home games coming up on the calendar starting next week. Birmingham, meanwhile, trying to make the most of this home stretch. A couple of wins in a row, one at Loudoun and one last week here at home against Charleston. Reed got a foot in. Stanley. Ofemu. Segbers around Martinez. Parks for De Silva. De Silva running at Lopez. Got around Lopez. Still De Silva. Martinez goes to ground to try to win it back. He does concede a corner. Fourth corner of the night coming for Miami. 72nd minute here in Birmingham, Alabama. Been an even contest throughout. Stanley to drive another service into the 18. Had a couple of good serves tonight. Miami have generated a couple of good scoring opportunities from set pieces. This service a bit long. De Silva able to track it down, hounded by Lapa. Parks. Parks tees it up, blocked away by Aravo.
That ball was moving, he hit that really well.
A couple of big blocks tonight from both defenses. Guys that have been willing to put their bodies on the line.
Saw one a few minutes ago from Johnny Dean at a very critical moment. That shot hit very well, but into a crowd. An important block, keeping it away from goal.
Williams out wide, Segbers. Segbers hasn't been able to get forward a ton tonight, but he's forward here. Can he get on the end of this? Not quite. So just a goal kick for Birmingham Legion and their goalkeeper, the 35-year-old Matt Van Oekel. Birmingham fans, to stay up to date on all the latest Legion FC news, be sure to follow @BHM Legion on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. Download the Legion FC app today, available on both the App Store and Google Play. The Legion FC app and @BHM Legion on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. Your home for all things Birmingham Legion FC. Papa went to ground after a bit of a shot from Ofemu. Referee let it go. Birmingham, glad he did. Here's into Martinez. Martinez cuts it inside, and Sparrow up to the task.
Good strike from Martinez, but what a fantastic touch from Juan Agudelo. Had to get up in the air, flick it with the outside of his foot, put it right on Martinez's boot. We'll get a look at it here. There's the shot from Martinez, well struck, but straight at Sparrow.
Pretty good effort from Martinez, the best scoring opportunity he's had tonight.
Through a crowd, might have unsighted Sparrow, but he did well to get down and hold on to it.
The man down right now receiving medical attention is Zach Aravo. Birmingham's head athletic trainer Maggie Campanero out to check on Aravo, who came on for Birmingham to start this second half. Didn't see what happened as there was some contact behind the play. Aravo is to his feet and making his way off. Oh, right there, taken out, undercut by De Silva.
It was clearly a foul, but the referee did play advantage properly. Zach Ervo didn't like it, but referee saw that there was a good opportunity for Legion to go to goal, allowed the play to continue, gave Legion the advantage. The shot was taken, didn't score, but good decision making from the official.
So Ervo going to wait for a moment before being waved back on. Now play resumes. A quarter hour left tonight. These two Eastern Conference foes meeting for the first time this year. Birmingham not set to make the return trip to Miami until September. Reed against Dean. Still Reed. Parks had his shot blocked. Kasim under a bit of pressure. Akinyode keeps it down here. Back to Reed. Pushing at Dean again. But unsuccessful this time. Siadu has to get it away. Does. Finds Lapa in space, and now the break is on. It's 4-on-3. Lapa with options. Ervo is one. Ervo serves just in front of Agadello.
Another good attack. Good ball played in from Zach Ervo, trying to find the feet of Juan Agadello. Just couldn't quite bend it around enough to get it back in his path.
Still anybody's game here as we approach the final stage. Both sides have had scoring opportunities, but nobody's found the back of the net just yet. De Silva trying to start the break. Alex Cronali there to cut it out. Worked by Mikey Lopez. To Martinez. Back to the feet of Lopez, whose pass is cut out by Parks. De Silva. Segbers making the overlapping run, and he's got plenty of space. Segbers can pick out a pass. He drives it instead at the feet of Cronali. Another corner conceded.
Segbers had time to pick his head up and look, but he just couldn't figure out what he wanted to do, so he tried to just drive it in front and hope that maybe there was a deflection or the ball took a funny skip. But it was well played by the Legion defense and cleared out of trouble.
Stanley's taking the bulk of the set pieces tonight for Miami. Former Austin FC man. Trying to pick out a target in blue here. Instead plays this one short to Velo. Williams lofts it high in the air. Headed away by Cronali. Cleared by Kasim all the way back to the Miami goalkeeper Connor Sparrow. Pass not quite on target. Lopez will run it down. Fans Birmingham travels to Pittsburgh this Saturday, May 7th, 7 o'clock Eastern, 6 o'clock Central Time. Watch the game right here on My 68 on ESPN+. Next home game is on Wednesday, May 18th, 7 o'clock Central Time, live here from Protective Stadium, Birmingham Legion, Las Vegas Lights. Don't forget, everybody wins on Wednesdays. Deals are back, so get your tickets today at bhmlegion.com/tickets. It's Birmingham Legion, Las Vegas Lights. Wednesday, May 18th, right here at Protective Stadium at 7 o'clock.
You can see Enzo Martinez unhappy with the referee, asking what was the call. Clearly the Legion players felt they simply tackled the ball. Referee saw it a little different. Gives a free kick to Miami FC.
Craig's pass cut out by Kasim. He tried to play directly to Agadello. It almost got there. Ervo trying to flick it towards Agadello. Birmingham thought there was a handball. Referee thought otherwise. As Birmingham stopped for a moment, Miami resumes their attack. Segbers. Silva denied once by Lopez. Shot by Martinez to get a foot in. Agadello able to hold it up against Afemu. And here's Lapa. Lapa with space. Now black shirts pushing forward to join the fray. Kasim. Aravo, his shot, off woodwork.
Really well struck from Zach Aravo. It took a little deflection that lifted it just high enough to take it off the crossbar. Closest either team has come to scoring so far.
Still work to be done for Miami defensively. Enzo Martinez against Segbers. His cross cut out by Afemu. Oh, so close from Zach Aravo to finding the opening goal. Rattles the frame. It had Sparrow beat.
Big curling ball from Zach Aravo.
Birmingham going to use this stoppage to make a change. Miami will as well. It's Bruno Lapa coming off for Birmingham and Jake Roof to replace him. Meanwhile, for Miami, Christian Sortho, 22-year-old, is on. He replaces Boluak and Yode, who played excellently tonight in his return to Birmingham.
Jake Roof is one of those guys that can play almost anywhere on the field. We've seen him in midfield, we've seen him in the back. I think he's going to go into the back, and it'll be Enzo Martinez who slides into the attacking midfield role where we saw Bruno Lapa.
Looks to be the case as Roof relocates to this near side. And going with a bit of a back three perhaps in the late stages.
I think you're exactly right. It's a back three, just trying to change the shape a little bit and maybe find a different angle to attack this Miami FC defense.
Park's able to keep that in play. Ward off Roof. Kavita can go safely back to the feet of his goalkeeper. 83rd minute here in Birmingham. Does this game have a goal in it that could be the winner for either side?
I think what Legion are really doing is pushing Johnny Dean up farther as a winger and playing with two center forwards, Martinez and Agadello. So it's now maybe a little bit more of a 4-4-2. Almost looking like a 4-2-4, not to throw out too many numbers, but there's two center midfielders and four forwards on the field the way they're playing at the moment.
Dean wants to make that run in behind. So far, nobody in a black shirt has been able to find him just yet. Roof does loft it forward in the direction of Enzo Martinez, but the flag is up. Collisions in the area, but it's not going to matter. Enzo Martinez was just offside as he started that run. Now, both training staffs are going to have to come out as Martinez and Paco Craig are down.
The assistant referee has saved the center official here from making a really big call. If the flag didn't go up for offsides, I believe we'd have seen a penalty kick call on this. Enzo Martinez brought it down really well and then got run over from behind. You can see he's behind the defense. That's why he's offsides. But he's in front, he's being pulled and kicked. If it wasn't offsides, it would have been a penalty kick. But no question, Enzo was just a step behind the Miami defense when that ball was served, and that's why the offsides call comes.
Fans booing down below that kick out there from Craig to the chest of Martinez. Looks like Martinez is all right, able to continue here in a moment. 5 minutes plus stoppage time left in this one. Birmingham fans, don't forget, head to the Legion FC Twitter page at BHM Legion immediately following the final whistle to vote on who you thought earned man of the match honors tonight. Again, at BHM Legion on Twitter. Cast your votes on man of the match when this game comes to a close. So Martinez has put in a shift tonight. And right back onto the field, he's back onto the ball with acres of space. Attacking Paco Craig, Martinez, Dean. Blocked away by Afemu. Ben Afemu has come up with some key interventions at times tonight.
He's been really good tonight. He's made a number of blocks. He's defended well 1v1. He's won balls in the air.
Corner kick brought to you by Chick-fil-A. Prosper Kasim by that flag. He serves. It got all the way through a massive bodies to Asiadu. Stanley heads Asiadu's service away. Lopez. Only into the waiting arms of Sparrow. And Reed may be behind the defense. Donajai Reed against Jake Roof. Parks. His header is wide of the mark.
Parks a little disappointed with himself. He had a good look at goal. That ball was right in front of him. He should have at least challenged Matt Van Oekel. Instead, he heads it wide. Legion get to run the other way.
Agadello holds it for Aravo. How many numbers does Birmingham commit forward here? Martinez. Agadello. Still one Agadello. Asiadu joining the attack. Asiadu, still Asiadu, and maybe a dribble too many. Fans wanted a foul, but maybe Anderson Asiadu would have been better served to hit that one when he thought about it the first time.
Both teams showing that they can be dangerous. There have been those moments at either end where you think this just might be the one.
Aravo won it fair and square. Here's Agadello. Kasim arriving. Kasim in on goal and denied by Sparrow. Connor Sparrow had a quiet first half, but he has had a couple of monster stops here in the second.
Juan Agadello showing his experience, just held the ball and waited for Prosper Kasim. But Prosper Kasim needed to hit that one touch with his right foot. He wanted to get it back to his favored left foot. But instead, that allowed Sparrow to come out and close the angle down. We'll see it here. Great ball, played wide. But just that extra touch allows Sparrow to get all the way out on him and close down the angle and make the save.
And a stoppage here as Paco Craig is down for the second time. And it looks like this time he might have to be replaced. Miami captain was just in on a challenge against Enzo Martinez. Now it looks like his night is going to come to a close. Junior Palacios is the man Miami is prepping to come in.
Palacios played last game against Memphis and was very good. Miami continuing to show off their depth.
There is Palacios, the Colombian, now in his second season with Miami. Played about a half hour against Memphis on the weekend. On for the closing moments here as Craig delivers the armband to Speedy Williams. His night is over. Change officially announced, and Miami fans hoping that Craig is only suffering a bit of a minor knock here. Certainly an important part of this team.
He's not in any rush to get off the field for how quick he's been in the back. He seems to have lost that pace late in the game here.
We've entered the 90th minute. As play restarts with Roof tossing it back to the Miami defense. Now the question becomes, how many minutes of stoppage time do we have to close out the contest? Here's the word from down below is 4 minutes of stoppage time left.
That's certainly enough time for either one of these teams to create one more dangerous moment.
Miami taking their time getting play restarted as we approach the onset of stoppage time. And it is confirmed down below. 4 minutes of stoppage time brought to you by UAB Medicine to close out the night. Parks trying to run behind Kavita. Kavita went to ground, thought he might have been fouled. Referee said no. Again, excellent work from Fanuel Kavita. Siadu splits the lines, freeing into Martinez. It's 5-on-5. Aravo. Dean. And Dean looked like he was having a go from a tight angle.
I think he changed his mind maybe right at the end. He looked up, he saw the goal. I think his initial thought was just smash this on target. And then maybe there was just a second thought that, I better serve it instead. But a really dangerous moment from Legion FC. Miami had stepped up and tried to press. Legion did really well to break the pressure. And then it was at least 5 Legion players running at that defense.
Siadu couldn't quite connect with Enzo Martinez that time. Good composure from Palacios just into the game. Sparrow sends it as deep as he can. De Silva, taken off it by Lopez. Throw here for Miami, who don't appear like they're in much rush. Trying to come out of Birmingham with at least a point. Lopez is called for the foul.
Miami has looked more willing to settle for the tie than Legion. But this is a free kick from a position where you could serve into the box. Pretty good defending. Referee felt that Mikey Lopez just obstructed the run there.
Miami opting not to send any of the big bodies forward, just restarting play. Velo. Reed. Around Crognale. Reed may be in here. Leaves it for Parks, and Van Oekel makes the stop.
Van Oekel made that save with his chest. That ball was hit from in close and hit firm. Only thing he could do was keep his body in front of the ball. From about 10 yards out, that's a very good scoring chance for Miami, and it looked like it took a little deflection as well.
So credit to Van Oekel, who comes up with an important stop. He and Sparrow both have had their moments to make plays in this second half. And we've entered our 4th and final minute of stoppage time tonight. Does this game have one more scoring opportunity left in it? Zach Aravo certainly seems to think so. Aravo leaves it for Dean. Asiadu for Lopez. Lopez couldn't quite find Agatello. Asiadu able to maintain possession. Real estate getting tight around the top of the 18.
I'm not sure how Anderson Asiadu came out with that ball. He had players all around him. He was on his knees, but somehow kept possession.
Agatello goes to ground. Referee says no. Much to the dismay of the home crowd. 95th minute here in Birmingham. Roof can serve one. Siadu couldn't quite get there. And that is full time. A scoreless draw tonight in Birmingham as Legion FC and Miami share the points at Protective Stadium.
Almost all of the Miami FC players on the ground. just don't have any energy left. They've truly left it on the field tonight. Both teams really worked hard, played good soccer, created chances at both ends. It was a very entertaining match for a 0-0 game. I think everybody that watched it thought that was pretty exciting.
It was an entertaining second half, certainly. Both sides had their scoring opportunities, but in the end, the defenses have the better of the day. And we end tonight tied 0-0, our final scoreline. Protective Stadium. We'll take a timeout to wrap up our coverage when we return.
Our job is to keep your lights on. That's what you expect and deserve from Alabama Power. Our team works hard to prevent outages, but when they happen, we're on it. And we have some new tools to keep you informed. Visit Alabama Power's new outage map to see local outages and get repair time updates. Sign up to get personalized outage alerts by text or email for free. While we're out there getting your lights back on, we want you to have the latest information. That's our job, and we're grateful you trust us to serve you.
One more.
One more.
One more, please.
One more, guys, one more. Set, up.
Hey, kid. Yeah, we'll take one more. Oh, one more.
Wow! Do it one more time. Do it one more time.
Welcome back to Birmingham, Alabama Protective Stadium. And a matchup between the 205 and the 305 ends in a scoreless draw tonight, as Birmingham Legion FC and Miami FC cannot find separation between the two sides in this one. Blake Gardner, Mike Yetman, glad to have you with us. Players on both sides catching up here post-game after a hard-fought draw tonight at Protective Stadium. Let's get a look at our final stats from a busy 90 minutes. And Mike, we talked about it at halftime. It's a pretty even first 45. It's a pretty even second 45 as well, and I think both sides are going to come away a little bit frustrated they couldn't do more with the chances they created.
Both teams certainly created enough chances to score a goal and to win the game. I think both defenses will feel pretty good about getting the shutouts. Possession, both teams had the ball and moved the ball pretty well. I think it's hard for either team to feel too disappointed because they played really well and created enough opportunities to win the game.
For Miami, it's their first shutout since April 16th against Hartford. For Birmingham, their first shutout since they drew at Lou City here at home. Just their fourth game of this 2022 campaign. But an even contest tonight ends in an even result. 0-0 our final score. As we look at the upcoming slate for Miami, they get to head home after a long road trip. 3 of their next 4 down in South Florida. And Mike, a couple of tough names coming down to Miami. San Antonio, Detroit, Pittsburgh, around a trip to Charleston, but those 3 home games are against quality opponents.
All 3 of those are going to be real challenges for them, but they'll appreciate being at home for a little while as well.
Meanwhile, Miami was the team that had the tight turnaround tonight after Saturday in Memphis, playing here on the road on this Wednesday. It's Birmingham who have the tight turnaround coming up this weekend. A trip to take on the Pittsburgh Riverhounds, who are without Dane Kelly for that contest, but still, it's going to be a tough task for Birmingham coming up this weekend.
Well, the Riverhounds have been one of the best teams in the league for several years. They're also a team that eliminated Legion from the playoffs a couple of years ago, so that's going to be a little bit of a rivalry match. Should be a great game to watch.
3 of the next 4 on the road for Birmingham, but they do have that home slate coming up Wednesday, May 18th, as they host Las Vegas Lights FC. For more information and tickets to that contest, bhmlegion.com/tickets. But this weekend, Birmingham Legion go on the road to take on Pittsburgh, while Miami have earned a weekend off. 4 points from their 2 games on the road for Miami FC, certainly going to please them and their fans. Meanwhile, Birmingham Legion extend their unbeaten run to 3. 2 wins and now a draw tonight. They'll have a chance to make it 4 in a row unbeaten when they take on Pittsburgh this weekend. That'll do it for our coverage tonight from Birmingham, Alabama Protective Stadium. For Mike Yetman and our entire crew here in Birmingham, I'm Blake Gardner saying so long. Have a great rest of your week. And we'll talk to you next week for more Birmingham Legion FC soccer forget, coming up this weekend, Birmingham Legion on the road taking on Pittsburgh Riverhounds at 7 o'clock Eastern, 6 o'clock Central. But until then, have a great rest of your week, and we'll talk to you soon.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League Championship cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the expressed written consent of the United Soccer League Championship.